This story begins as some little kid named Marie welcomes her parents back home. Her parents wonder if the little nerd was lonely being home all alone, but Marie says that she wasn't because someone named Rose was with her. The parents show Marie the child that they will love more from now on, and Marie couldn't be happier to have a sibling. The kid is her little brother and his name is Shion. The little mouth breather eventually wakes up to greet his sister, but he's disgusted when Marie gives him a peck on the cheek. A few years later, Marie celebrates her victory after beating her out of shape brother. Shion would rather be playing Call of Duty right now, and his sister is too fast for him anyway. Marie's delighted when she hears their father returning home, but Shion can't believe how much energy she has. Their father, Gawain, pretends to like how energetic she is, and Marie tells him what everyone says about her. They say that she's as bright as the sun, just like the color of her hair. Just then, Gawain is proud to see that his favorite child is looking dependable, but Shion says that Marie is more dependable. Marie basks in the glory, but she knows the truth. Shion is the better child because he's always helping their mother, and he doesn't even wet the bed anymore like she does. Also, sometimes Shion will get a worried look on his face like a grown-up. Marie acts like it doesn't bother her, and she finds relief in knowing Shion's secret. When no one is watching him, Shion likes to play pretend and act like he's a powerful adventurer. Shion is then left to stare at his sister as she laughs like a psychopath. One night, Shion decides to ask his father if monsters exist. Gawain doesn't hold back and simply says that monsters do exist, which is exactly why he and his sister can never leave the property. Monsters are quick to attack people, so Gawain tells his clueless kids to never approach them. He instructs them to run away immediately if they ever see one, so they can seek the help of an adult. On a brighter note, Gawain confirms that things like fairies exist as well. He isn't sure about spirits, but he has seen fairies himself. They are extremely rare, so the kids will likely never see one, but Gawain has heard of traders that specialize in procuring them. Shion has finally built up the courage, so he just comes right out and asks his father if something called magic exists. Shion seems crazy for saying this strange word, and he says that magic can make all sorts of things like fire, water, and wind. Gawain then destroys all his hopes and dreams, as he revealed that magic does not exist. He hasn't even heard the word magic before. Gawain admits that there are things he doesn't know, but he's well educated and he is sure that nothing called magic is known to the general public. Gawain is suspicious, so he wonders where his son heard about fairies, spirits, and this thing called magic. Marie can tell that her brother isn't looking so good, but the kid says he's fine. This wasn't completely true, however, as Shion never said the word magic ever again. 3 years later, Marie finishes up training, and Shion wonders why she trained so hard. Her answer is simple: she is the eldest sibling, so she trains just in case something happens. If monsters show up, or if bad guys come, she wants to be able to fight. Shion is a serious book nerd, so it's Marie's duty as the older sister to protect him. If she doesn't get stronger, then she won't be able to help Shion run for his life when they're in trouble. Shion can't believe she's doing all this for him, but she doesn't mind because she's a good fighter anyway. Marie acknowledges that she's lacking a great deal in the brains department, but says that she's pretty good when it comes to physical stuff. Shion still can't believe it, but Marie tells him not to worry about a thing. A while later, Marie trains by a lake, and Rose wonders how she doesn't get bored of training so much. Marie tells her annoying friend to pipe down, and just comes bar with her. Unfortunately, Rose is exhausted from helping her grandpa, and she wonders why Marie doesn't spar with her brother. It's because Shion is locked up in the house, and studying like always. Marie thinks about how Shion has never said the word magic since that day, but she is certain that he studies so much because he is searching for an answer. Just then, the two girls are shocked as they see a strange glow. A while later, Marie tells Shion to follow her to the lake. Shion reminds her that they aren't supposed to go too far, but Marie tells them that they aren't going far, and there are no monsters here. Marie knows that their mother will get mad at them, but she is sure that what she wants him to see will be worth it. Just then, the glow returns, and Shion is amazed to see several balls of light. Marie brought their parents to see it as soon as she found it, but they couldn't see it. Shion wonders if adults are the only ones who can't see it, but Marie explains that some of the other kids couldn't either. Some people also see it differently. For some, the lights blink in and out. It's a real mystery, but Marie thinks it has something to do with magic. Shion is shocked that she remembered the word, but Marie says that she remembers everything when it comes to her little brother. Marie's little speech is interrupted by the overly sensitive Shion, and he thanks her for showing him this. Marie's glad to hear that the lights have helped his crippling depression, and the two enjoy more of the scene. The next day, their parents are shocked by how fast they scarfed down their meal. They did it so they could rush back to the lake, but Shion's lack of any type of athletic ability is apparent once again, as he struggles to breathe after the run. Shion, being the true little dweeb he is, wants to investigate the lake. First of all, he wants to know where the balls of light are coming from. Marie obviously points out that they are coming from the water, but Shion wonders if something is living in there. Marie agrees to do what her much smarter brother says, so Shion explains that they will fill 3 buckets with the lake water. Then they will put sand and rocks in one, water plants in another, and fish in the last one. The empty-brained Marie doesn't understand why, but she agrees to his plan. With the first 2 buckets filled, the kids try to catch some fish. They are having a hard time, but Shion is still happy for some reason. He's just happy to have his big sister with him, but Marie says it's only natural for siblings to be this close. That isn't all, as she really wants to see magic if it really exists. Just then, the pair catches a fish, but Shion is disappointed to hear that it's a pretty common one. Rose finds them, and Marie has her brother introduce himself. Rose dramatically introduces herself back, but Marie says that her friend isn't a noble like she tries to make it seem. The 3 then start talking about the orbs of light, but the useless Rose doesn't know anything more about them. Rose and Shion get along right off the bat, but this seems to annoy Marie. A while later, the siblings are disappointed to see that while the orbs have appeared by the lake, their buckets of water are not producing anything. This makes it clear that they must be coming from some other living thing in the lake, but collecting all of them for testing would be too difficult. Shion has never been more determined in his life, so he comes up with another idea. Moments later, Marie is worried about her little brother, as he just goes right into the lake that has strange floating orbs coming out of it. Marie's not one to let her brother throw his life away on his own, so she goes in with him. Shion touches one of the orbs and finds that it's pretty warm, and it doesn't hurt at all. He then takes a peek inside the water, but it's far too murky to see anything. He did, however, manage to learn something. He is now 100% sure that the orbs are coming from a living creature that moves around under the water. Unfortunately, they can't see too clearly, so they don't know which creature it's coming from. Afterwards, Shion thanks his sister for helping him, but she reminds him that it's not necessary to thank families so much. Shion insists, however, and Marie just takes it. Just then Rose walks up, carrying a female trout. She says that the males are super common to catch, but the females aren't, because they are usually deep underwater. They put the female in the bucket with the other fish, and are shocked when the orbs of light start coming out. This makes Shion realize that the orbs are actually courting behavior. Rose explains that that means the trout want to marry each other so they can be family. The brain-dead Marie thinks it's similar to how she and Shion are family, but the smart kid quickly corrects her. The next day, Marie reveals that she was just scolded by their mother for saying she wanted to marry Shion. Marie is just afraid that they won't be able to stay together forever, but Shion assures her that they will. He promises that he will do whatever it takes, and this makes Marie emotional. Just then, they are shocked as Shion begins to glow. He thinks it might have been magical energy, and realizes that the orbs from the lake must have imprinted inside of him. Marie's embarrassed as she wonders what this means, but our boy Shion knows what's most important, and that's magic. It's not supposed to exist in this world, but that's only because the techniques called magic haven't been invented yet. Shion shakes with excitement and declares that this is where his story begins. In a shocking turn of events, we learn that Shion was actually reincarnated into this world, and he's determined to make magic in it. That brings the episode to an end. Thanks for watching. Want next part? Subscribe the channel and turn on notification bell.